Hello everyone, Novian here, and we're back with Hunter x Hunter, Volume 18. Sorry, it's a bit late, but this is another good volume of Hunter x Hunter. We're done with Greed Island, and on to the best arc of potentially shonen history, potentially the best arc in manga, potentially. We'll see. This is an interesting cover. It's another cover where Kurapika is on it, but he's not in the story. This is the second time it's happened, and I'm getting tired of you stealing the show when you're not supposed to be there. But it's a cover series where it's like they have he draws the characters with an animal. Last time it was Killua with the dog. Next one, I believe, is Luria with a goldfish or some kind of fish or something. I forget what Gon's was. Is it after that? I don't know. That's fine. He actually did that earlier on in the series. I think like starting from volume 3. Or just like four covers in a row. It would just be one of the 4 main characters with a animal. And Kurapika gets an owl. I'm not sure why he has an owl. Has scarlet eyes. You can see a bit, so maybe that's relevant. The volume author comment for this volume. I had to redraw a lot of this volume too. Yeah, you did. This volume has some of the most infamous examples of redraws that you can see. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This was in the original chapter, okay? That was in the original chapter. And god damn, it is rough. That's an anime storyboard. Like right there, you know. And you got this. Also rough, although the turkey. He had to put effort in turkey. I don't know why he did that. But he did. Yeah, rough all around. But this is what it looks like in the volume release. And look at that. It's fixed. Well, the one on the left is a bit. You can still say it's a bit messier. It's fine. It's a very normal Hunter x Hunter page. And there's quite a bit of detail in this page. You can make out a lot of characters. Well, we don't really know their names, but there's there's people here, you know? And there's details in the build things. It's cool. There is a level of, you know, comedic value in the original magazine pages. You know, some might say they're more full of soul. You know, I think it's a bit of a cope. You know, I think they're just working them too much, man. But anyways, that's enough about the art. This volume, the climax of the Greed Island arc, kind of does away with, you know, cards for the most. I mean, in terms of the combat, Nen really takes over at this point when they've exhausted all the, you know, transportation spells for the most part. So, yeah, they're not really using card combat. So I guess I could see a criticism of this finale where it's like, oh, we're building up the cards, and then in the Genthru fight, does not really they don't really use cards. But he's gone at the end. He does use cards to his advantage by summoning the boulder, big boulder. So that was very cool. They also use the cards to get the different locations. Like Biscuit uses it to get alone with her enemy, and she reveals her true form, which is very funny. Uh, Killua also uses it to get alone with the enemy, and then he reveals his new weapon, 2 pairs of yo-yos that are very heavy, over 100 pounds. So even without Nen, they had to be pretty. They pack a pretty punch. But with Nen, they're very powerful. But, those yo-yos, yet they require a lot of skill. We can easily hit yourself with a yo-yo. You have to be careful. And I found it interesting that they have a pentagram. Killua has a pentagram on at least one of his yo-yos. Like, what does it mean? Is Killua Jewish? I don't get it. Yes, the Killua fight and all these. Well, there's not much. There's not much tactics in Biscuit's fight, but in Gon's fight and Killua's fight, there's a lot of cool tactics. Killua notably using faking having a tell, in order to bait in a certain attack, which is very very cool. Honestly, I don't really remember him using yo-yos outside of this fight, which might be a hell of a memory moment. Probably a hell of a memory moment. I'm trying to think Killua fights beyond this point. And I know he gets the move Godspeed, Kamui or whatever, something like that. And I'm like, okay, I remember using that against Yuffie, UP. He uses that against UP. I don't remember using the yo-yos against UP. So I'm like, okay, I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. The yo-yos, they kind of match his aesthetic of being like a cool kid, a cool young, teen or tween or whatever you want to say, like with the skateboard and all he has yo-yos. Oh wow, okay, yeah, and as well as with the way he dresses, kind of leans into that. So in that respect, it fits his design. But these yo-yos can also sting you, or you can use his lightning or electricity powers with them. Yeah, in the Gon fight, the Gon fight is good against Genthru. Gon versus Genthru is also good. I don't know. Genthru, I think he's he's serviceable as a villain. I think he's smart. He's talent. He's a talented, competent Nen user, and that's what you need to be an intimidating villain, I guess. I don't know. Maybe his design leaves some to be desired, but I do like how Tagashi like um emphasizes his hands in a lot of panels. Like his hands get bigger, are exaggerated in many panels in the fight. I think is cool. because his hands carry the ability of the explosion ability, a little flower, right? Yeah, they were cursed a lot of the stuff beforehand. They were prepare Gone for getting through, and a lot of it does come up, and also Gone tries to improvise a lot. It ends up going well for Gone. He beats Gun through, but he ripped out his damn arms, man. What the hell? Okay, so obviously, Elephant in the Room. They have the card Breath of Angel or something that can heal this. So I guess Gone. Maybe you could say that Gone wouldn't be willing to do this if he didn't know he could heal with that card, because we know that they already had 6 prepped for to heal everyone before this started. But still, it's one thing to know, oh, I could heal myself after this. It's another thing to do this. Maybe if you've already been through it a lot, it could be more manageable. But still, it just shows how fucking insane Gone is that he can do that. He didn't even have to. He could just go for the damn plan, man, to do the hit down and do the plan. So he remembered getting through it in the mode where he used both of his hands to use Little Flower. It's very dangerous for him, for Gone. And this kid said, "Oh, if he does that, go to the plan." It's a very smart plan. To just attack the ground and then to reveal the pitfall trap they set, and then summon the boulder, and then use the boulder to get him in a very tight space, and then you can hit him with the rock of the Jonkin Nen ability, and he couldn't really evade it. It's a good plan, and that worked. But it almost didn't work since he almost didn't have an arm to hit with the rock in Jonkin, it's kind of crazy how he did that. But yeah, it all comes together, I think in this finale, Great Island, good stuff. And we kind of there's like a short quiz game they have at the end. Everyone was right. There is the 00 card, or 000 card, is an event that's triggered when someone gets the rest of the cards, and it initiates a quiz to get the last card. And Gon wins the quiz because he played the game. Okay, well, Gon didn't play the game more than anyone else because says Aguera or someone else, or it's that guy. He played it more. Some other guys were on the island a lot more longer than Gon and Killua. Yeah, actually, Gon and Killua are the newbies. However, says Aguera, he left. Some of the other guys, left. So, by comparison, Gon had a lot of experience with the game, and some other guys who are around longer probably didn't have the experience getting the cards because you know I've like stolen them or traded, you know. So it worked out. Like on one, don't really know what Killua's score was. Probably not far off, but yeah. Gone one, and he won the Greed Island. Some people tried to steal his cards, but yeah, he is much strong. He is stronger than these guys. And then they get the he gets 3 cards. He meets some of King's friends. That's cool. Yeah, every time we do this, where it's like, oh, we meet one of King's friends, and you're like, oh, I don't know where King is, but you know, uh, here's a story about him, you know, and how like Greed Island, or the Greed stands for the initials. Uh, Greed Island. They're both Greed and Island. Um, or stand or have the initials of the guys who made it. Okay, sorry. The G is Ging. The R is Razor. 2 E's in Greed are the twins who you see when you enter and exit Greed Island. Oh, like the one who gave Gone a message of King's message. Uh, but yeah, good stuff. And Gon gets 3 cards to bring. One is Blue Planet, and he also gets Paladin's Necklace, and he brings Plata Beach. Biscuit really likes Blue Planet. That's her. That's the one she was really wanting. So she's satisfied. Paladin's Necklace will transform Plata Bleach, but Plata Bleach was a clone card. It was originally Company, so now he got a Company. He couldn't have gotten a Company regularly because you can only choose from the specified slot cards, like the 0 to 99. Company was like a utility like card, not unspecified. And they got a Company because the first person on his Company list was this okay, I'm not gonna, yep. NGIG. I don't want to say that out loud. Which is an anagram of King. And he theorizes that like this must be Ging because he probably brought Gong to Greed Island when he was a baby. Because Gorenu was the first person he met at Greed Island. So it must be Ging. So he's using Company to Ging. And like how Biscuit sobs when he's like, when she asks Gon, what will you say to Ging first? He's like, I'll introduce him to Killua, of course, and tell him he's my best friend. And she's all sobby. And then and then it's like, oh, I don't feel like coming with you. And they're like, okay, take care. And they're like, oh, I will. Bye. And then and then this is the last we see of Biscuit for a while, I'd imagine. And then we can reach Ging. It's Kite. Ging is a dick. Because that was Ging on the list. But he like had it hacked in that if Gon used a Company to go to him, it would lead to Kite. But if he'd used Magnetic Force, it would have led to Gon. magnetic force would like do the same thing, but it would just bring Gon. He couldn't bring Killua with him. And just in case I was like, okay, well, it's like, if he came to see him by myself, I could see him if he did that. But if he brings a friend and it's like he's wimpy, which is like bad, uh, it kind of this girl, I forget her name. It starts with E. She's like, I don't get it. Why is he a wimpy if he has friends? You just don't want it to feel self conscious. Yeah, King's a dick. But you know, Kite still meeting Kite is still good. You know, right? Long lost friend, or like long time for, or were they friends a long time? You don't want you wouldn't know about Kite if you watched the Hunter x Hunter 2011 anime and the 1999 anime. It did show him, but then they stopped the 1999 anime, like the OVAs. Well, they stopped the TV series in the middle of York New, but the OVAs went farther. But the OVA started right before it was revealed that it was not Ging, but Kite. So right when Kite was about to be relevant in their efforts of going and keeping his backstory in, it was all for naught. It was quite humorous there. And then now the Green Island, the not the Green Island, Chimera Ant arc starts. Might be my favorite arc in like all time. You know, I'm a Bleach fan. Like you can see that I'm a Bleach fan. Bleach is my favorite manga. Hunter x Hunter is my second favorite manga. The Chimera Ant arc. I think I still hold in a higher regard as like a in the specific stretch more than any like one Bleach arc. But we will have to see how it squares up. But yeah, Kite's doing some research with a crew, fun crew, finding new species. Apparently, it's very easy to find new species. Oh, by the way, we're on a different continent, uh, because of the company. And Colin and Killua are good at finding new species, and they're really good at it. And I like how I like this page on the left here. There's like you'll find Yasun Gang Gon's a real thing. Is well liked by animals, and they're blessed with good friends. I like the pages here where they just like stress how good of how good friends they are. That's wonderful. There was a similar one like this, but with biscuits, I believe, and it's peak. But yes, there's a Chimera Ant Queen. We only know that at this point in time, she is once more big prey. I wonder what caused her to be like that. Because look at this. The injuries too are too great. I must heal. I cannot die. I have a mission. Okay. If she was able to get this big, I wonder what stopped her at this point. Like what gave her these injuries, you know? Like they could if they just if whoever did that could have just finished the job, we wouldn't have to go through this damn Chimera Ant arc mess, you know? I wonder if we'll know. I forget if we figured that out. Um But yeah, they do such a good job on their research trip. They get recommendation to a different guy, and they found a chimera ant sample from from the thing we are just talking about. The queen was like very injured. She left a piece of herself or whatever, and led us to they led us to the continent where the chimera ants are, and they realized that this isn't a new species actually. That chimera ants are already known, and so they're the very interesting species. The queen ant is able to impart characteristics of creatures and just into subsequent generation. So it eats like a praying mantis, and then the offspring will have chimera ant with parts of like grasshopper, like their talons or whatever. I don't know what you call them. It will ensure survival, by creating much, stronger offspring. It's like evolution sped up a lot, and they're big eaters. I do wonder how how like they give birth to a new chimera ant queen. Because only the queen can get offspring. The soldiers are infertile. So I wonder how that happened. I forget. I don't remember. Forget. I don't even know if I've learned how queen ants are born. If there's a special thing for that. But yeah, and the queen ant starts. It's bigger, and then now she's starting to feed on humans. That's not great. I do wonder what stopped them from getting to this big floor. But I guess that's why chimera ants have a quarantine level of 1. I'm not sure if that's the highest level or lowest level, but it has a quarantine level. So they already recognize it's dangerous. So I guess that's why. I guess they've had hunters before that deal with these. But yeah, now they're getting into humans. Eventually, they'll get to Nen users, which is get very dangerous. You don't want to deal with that. But we're about to. So look forward to it. And I'll see you guys next time. Hunter x Hunter. Have a good one. Whoa.